Okay, welcome to part 3 in chapter 3, where we're going still create an invoice, or correct an invoice, not create, correct, customer balance detail report, void and delete invoices, all in this little section. So, starting off first, again, errors do happen, but they're very easily to be corrected in QuickBooks. And again, we'll be able to do this multiple ways, but I'm going to show you just one of the ways of actually doing this. So a memo has come in, and this states on January 7th of 2021, you realize that the invoice date for John Milton should have been January 5th, 2021. In addition, he should have been billed for 15 hours of custom design. We're going to correct this invoice of 1007. Nice. So, in test drive, again, how to correct invoice. If we need to correct one, we're going to again go to customers. Here is our nice customers, and then we're going to find John Melton. There he is. Go ahead and click on him, and here's our invoices, and there is 1007 right there. So let's go ahead and click on this invoice we need to edit. So again, go to view and edit. Alright, so here's our dates, and the first thing that we need to do is change the invoice date to January 5th, 2021. Okay, next we need to change the quantity. It is no longer 10, it was supposed to be 15. And again, if we need to correct any errors or items, basically again, right here, this is as quickly as we can. If I need to change the terms, if we realize that email is wrong or the address, we can change all these items. And same thing with quantity and rate. And we may have forgotten an item. If we forgot a product or service, we can always add it as well. Okay, so his new balance should look like that. We have $825 since we already had amount that has been received. Okay, so let's hit save it and close. And then we want to go ahead and hit yes, even though it says the transaction you're in is linked to others. Because we did need to correct it, we want to make sure we hit yes for the modification. Okay, from here we can go back to John and see how it looks. Oh, here it is. Notice now the due date has changed, and we do have the amounts. Again, it's going to be overdue pretty much, again, because of the time frame that we're basically having the company and doing the videos. But if we change the date, watch this, just to show you what happens in an open date with money already linked to it. January 1st, or February 1st, hit save and close. Okay. Notice this, if there's a payment already made on it, and it's during the open period. So within the 30 days, the dates, that's how it is. It will say the status is partial. Okay, it is showing that there is a payment to it. That's why the balance and the total are different. Let's go ahead and put it back to the way it was. Go. Okay. Alright, so next we're going to look at the customer balance detail report. Again, this detail report is going to show all transactions for each credit customer, and it lists the unpaid invoices, which includes all the information as the date, due date, amount, and opening balance and current balance. So to open this up, we're going to go to reports, and again you're going to go look at who owes you. There it is. And we want to find customer balance detail. And here's our detailed list. Okay. Again, transaction type, which should be invoice, the number on the invoice, the due dates, the amount, open balance, and current balance. Again, that'll be the total, like right here. It's $85, 2 invoices. It's a running total. Okay. So, let's see. We can actually check for John. Let's go. John. There's John Milton. Right here. Here's the invoice 1007 for the same amount, and shows the current balance. Nothing much going on there. Now, how to void and delete. Now, typically we want you to void an invoice. It's a lot easier for accountants or for your accountant if you void, but you can delete. I would suggest never delete an invoice that was after your physical end date. If it's the current year, then sure, but if there's already taxes already been done, do not delete. You need to void. That's a simple thing there. Okay? Because again, if you delete, it throws off your numbers from your taxes, which could be bad. Alright. So, again, if you delete it, that's a permanent removal. We know that with everything delete. But if you like to void the invoice, when it voids, all it does is make the numbers 0. Basically, it does the proper journal entries that we would do. Basically, remove it from the system, but keeps it basically in the system for future reference. So, memo time again. On January 7th of 2021, John Milton decided to sell his home, so he is canceling his plans for the custom design work. Boo. So we're going to have to void invoice 1007. And then John Milton asks that you remove invoice 1007 from your records. Delete the invoice. Okay, fine. So let's do the first one. Let's void it. So we need to go ahead and go to the actual invoice. So since I'm right here in the customer detail, I can go ahead and click on the number right here if I need to. I can go to customer also if you need to. But here we already have it. Now under more, this is where we're going to find void and delete. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and void this amount. Void. And it's going to always give you the warning, are you sure? It's like, is this your final answer? And it should be yes. Void the transaction. Then we get the nice pop-up going, congratulations! It has been successfully voided. Yay! And balloons and streamers come down. No. It just, you've been successfully voided. So you click OK. Notice here, it has now been removed from the customer detail report, balance detail, due to that there's no balance on it. It has been voided out. So let's go to customers and find our guy. There you are. We can click on his name and notice right here, here's the invoice 1007. It has been voided out. Now we can print this and it will show void. So like if you print it, here it is, and notice that it shows a big old void now on it. We can always print it out for our records if we need to. Okay. So what will happen if we need to delete it? Alright, so if you ever need to delete an invoice, there's two ways. You can go delete right here under the customer list, or again, if you click on it, you can tell it to delete right here under more. Either way is perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and click delete. And it's going to ask, are you sure? You click yes. It's going to pop up, invoice 1007 has been deleted. And you can close out. And notice that is no longer there for good old John. Okay? And that's the basics of basically changing an invoice, correcting it, to checking it in the customer balance detail, to even remove it from our system by either voiding, which again is better off. I mean, it's a better thing to do. Keeps the record in there and everything, or you can delete it. Again, the caution here is if your taxes have already been filed, or if it's after the tax deadline, or I mean basically your fiscal year, do not delete. It will change numbers from official IRS documents. So you want to just void it. That's fine. That does not do it because it'll do the transaction of voiding that invoice in the current year. That's just a nice thing to do. Okay, so let's see what our next drill will be. Looks like our next drill will be recording a cash sale. Okay, so I will see y'all for that for next time. Okay.